If your knees touch when you squat, run, or walk, this is what we call knocked knees, and this actually can be fixed with correct exercise. Most people are told that if they just strengthen their legs, then it'll stop their knees from touching. However, this is a common mistake I see way too often. The actual root of the problem is having weak hip muscles. Specifically, having weak hip abductors are the muscles that you want to target and strengthen. I'm Matt Sigua, a doctor of physical therapy, and in this video, I'm going to share 3 beginner exercises for knocked knees. Let's get started. The first exercise is the sideline leg raise. So before we can get you to run, walk, or squat without your knees touching, we need to be able to turn on your hip abductor muscles. So I like this exercise because it's very easy to modify the resistance and the position with this exercise. So starting off, I like to first perform active movement. So it'll be the leg just going up and down in a slow and controlled motion. Now to increase the intensity, what you can do is perform a hold where you hold your leg up at the top position for a period of time, at least 10 seconds, to make it a little more challenging. Now, whenever I'm lifting up, I just want to make sure that my leg doesn't go forward in front of my body and that it's either staying in line with my torso or maybe a little bit behind my torso. Now, the nice thing about this is you can also change the intensity or the challenge. If it's too difficult, you can just simply go onto your back and then kick your leg out to the side, but it'll be across gravity instead of against gravity, which will make the movement easier. And then if you want to make it challenging, you can add a band around the knees, like how I have it in this video, or you can put an ankle weight at your ankle to make it more challenging. Next is the standing side kick. So this is a further progression of that sideline leg raise that we just went over. Now with this exercise, I like to start off where you can hold on to the wall or some sort of support so that it helps with your stability a little bit more. Now with this exercise, what you want to focus on is as you lift up one leg to the side, you want to make sure that your hips stay level. So as you're kicking out to the side, that hip doesn't drop down. Now to make this more challenging or difficult, you can always add an ankle weight at your ankle or a band around the knees just so you get a little bit more resistance. But typically I like to progress it by first holding on to support, and then once you master that, you can take your hand off and focus a little bit more on the balance. The next exercise is the hip hike. So with this exercise, this is one of the more challenging ones where there tends to be a lot of need to compensate at the trunk or at the lower back. So some cues that I like to give when you're performing this exercise is once you have one knee bent, you want to try to focus on lowering that knee towards the floor instead of letting that knee touch your other knee. So you want to try to get a full range where the knee comes up, which naturally brings your hip up, and then the knee goes down, which lowers that same side hip. And a good cue that I like to use is while I'm holding on to some sort of support, my other hand is touching my hip bone of the hip that I'm trying to move. So in this portion of the video, my right hand is touching my hip bone to feel where it moves up and down. Now, as you kind of progress and need a little bit more challenge and you master that where you're holding on, all you're going to do to make it harder is let go of the support and then have both hands on each hip, which is actually going to give you a little bit better tactile sense of how much your hips are moving up and down, and you'll be able to control it a lot better. But just focusing on bringing the knee down and up. If you have any questions about the exercises in the video, please leave a comment down below. And if you found that helpful, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.